Hey, folks. We're back, Sports Weekly, kicking it with the professor, C. Stevens. I'm glad that you have tuned in this week. I always say this, got a great show for you. And, you know, being a person from Michigan City, being a guy who grew up and played in many different sports, is always important to try to give back, to try to make you realize that there are kids out there as well that's trying to do something with themselves and participate in a lot of activities. And on this show this week, we're going to bring in some wonderful kids and wonderful coaches that are working with them. And you really will enjoy this. But before we go on, I want to just look at some sports stuff that's going on. And of course, it's some interesting things that is transpiring. I mean, can you believe it? Rick Pitino in Louisville? Oh, my goodness. This must be the first time that a coach has went from one city to another city in the same state. It's got to be, especially in Kentucky. I don't know if he's going to pull that off from Lexington to Louisville. There's some die-hard, I'm telling you, Wildcat fans, I know they did not like the fact that Rick is going there. Bravo. Give it up. Indiana University, I think you made an incredible decision to stand with Coach Davis. You know, he made a statement. A lot of programs out there looking for big-name people, but it's not the name, it's the work ethic. And this is a hard-working guy. He's a passionate guy, and he's true to his players. And I think they did a great job of staying with him. I don't know what happened in Wisconsin, though. They got rid of that guy. Well, good luck wherever he ends up at. I thought he was a wonderful coach, but go figure. Final Four time. Can anybody stop the Dukies? I mean, these guys are running through people left and right. And since we're in the state of Indiana, and we don't have any other teams from Indiana in the tournament, I guess I got to go with those guys next door, the Illinois Fight alumni. They're a baller. They're doing something that, man, I didn't think they was going to be able to pull off. Give it up for them. Great job. Well, folks, we're going to talk about basketball because the guys I'm bringing up, wonderful kids, wonderful men, so stay tuned and check out the sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Announcing a great offer from Centennial Wireless. Really two great offers. First, buy 1,600 minutes for just 30 bucks, with lots of outgoing, incoming, and weekend minutes. Just 30 bucks. Secondly, and you won't believe this, you'll receive 1,000 minutes of free long distance. 1,000 minutes with no long distance charges to anywhere in the USA.
Don't put it off. Offer definitely ends April 1st. Centennial Wireless, your big area, small price wireless phone company.
You've seen the channel, you've surfed the website, now read all about it. MCTV In Touch, the magazine, a fun and comprehensive guide to businesses, services, and entertainment in the Michigan City, LaPorte County, and Harbor Country area. Chock full of cost-saving certificates, gift ideas, and bargains galore. MCTV In Touch, the magazine that pays you to read.
And we're back here with C. Stevens, and I want to introduce you folks to the coaches and the players of the AAU 8th grade basketball team here in Michigan City. You didn't know they exist, folks, they do, because I had to swallow my pride to bring them on the show, because they did come down to the Boys and Girls Club and dropped us, and we were up by 12, I think it was, and they pulled off the victory in my own home. I can't believe it. I want to introduce you to Coach Steve Mooneyhan.
How you doing?
He said I was going to get the name messed up. I tried my best. And, of course, Terry Ozalik and his son, Matt. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing fine. Thank you.
Tell me, and the folks that's listening, what is the AAU?
Well, it's an amateur athletic union, and it's divides. I guess they made it up for summer programs. They have it 6th grade, 5th grade, all the way up to high school. And it's something that the kids can do once their season's over with, to keep them active. And I know there was a gentleman I spoke to the other day from Valpo, and they had like 38th grade
Wow.
AAU teams alone
Wow.
in that area. So it is up and coming. It's really not AAU this year. They renamed it. It's what is it, Terry? USSFA.
Yeah, USS.
It's another affiliate of AAU.
And it's still the whole aspect is
Right,
the
it's the
promotion
same.
and development
It's the
of amateur sports.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not just basketball as well, right?
Oh no, it's track and field, wrestling. Now I see up at the high school now, the young man up there that coaches the wrestling team has an AAU wrestling team, from what I understand. I think it's swimming. There's a lot of things that AAU involves themselves in.
Now, it's interesting to think the school is out. A lot of people, well, basketball season's over with, this is over with, there's nothing else happening. But actually, there's things going on, and the community need to be aware of it, right?
There's a lot of kids that don't get the opportunities to get on a basketball team during the year, so there is something for them out there.
Yeah, and it's amazing being at the Boys and Girls Club. We were averaging 60 kids a day, and we had a
Exactly.
basketball team.
Exactly.
So the need is just enormous.
Right.
It seems like it's growing almost every year, especially, and I always say this, by us combining the high schools, that we left out a lot of kids who couldn't make a
Oh
team.
yeah, you did.
Exactly, yes.
And so it's so great to have this opportunity to participate. How do you two get involved with coaching?
Well, we ran Mr. Rosalik helped Mike French last year run a 7th grade AAU program. I didn't have much to do with it last year. I did a lot of fundraising for the young people and raised money for them where they had opportunities playing tournaments and so forth. This year, with my son playing and Terry's son playing, we thought about 2 months before the season was over to start up an AAU team. So that was already in the works while these young people were still playing.
How do you start
Well, you have to contact the organization in Indianapolis. They send you all the information. These young people have to be insured in order to participate. And from there, you formulate some type of roster. You know, it's most AAU teams. It's an invitee. It's not something that you have maybe 30 or 40 kids come out and play on this team. You know, it's not. There's a lot of areas that probably do have cuts, but the way we formulated it was there was another. Neil Singleton had a thing at Barker on Saturdays, so there were a lot of those young people playing there. So we formulated our own team.
Now, and you have how many guys on the team now?
We have 13 young people on our team,
Because you brought in, I was like, wow, the number of guys you had.
and that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's still many out there
Oh yeah, there are.
that probably could be doing something right
Well,
now.
I gotta say, Valpo has 30-some odd 8th grade AAU teams. We have one.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
if somebody wanted to pick up the
They
responsibility,
could do it. They could do it
pick up
in a
another
minute.
team in 2 weeks. They could put a team together.
How do you formulate a schedule? How do you create who you're playing and so forth?
It's well, $60 a week, probably phone bills. That'll do it. And my wife will hear that. But no, you get on the phone and you call. The best feeder for games are tournaments because you get to meet people. There may be 4 or 5 tournaments that you play in, and sometimes they're all different teams.
Do you have a schedule? I know you want to.
Yes, I do. Would you like this, or do you want?
No, I
me
want
to
you.
read it?
You're the man.
Here,
You're
Matt.
the man.
Read it.
Man can kick it
You're a
out. There you
player.
go. Matt can kick it.
Our first game, actually our third, is on March 21st at 1 o'clock at Barker. We're playing New Prairie. And on March 26th at 5:30, we're playing the Boys and Girls Club at the
We're
Boys and Girls
going
Club.
to beat them this time, folks. Prediction right here.
On March 27th at 6:30, we're playing at New Prairie. And on April 2nd, on a Monday, we're playing at Michigan City Junior High versus Westchester at 6:30.
And you had to call around and
Oh yeah.
the schedule up.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Actually, too, Matt's pretty good with the computer, so he's
And
got
they've
us
been
out
coming on the
web.
computer, right, Matt?
So he checks it every day to see who's interested, and we try to figure out if we can get that far to there. We try to keep it as close as possible.
Well, there's another thing too. Is see a lot of these cities, counties, they start their program earlier than what we do. We got a real late start. Now LaPorte, they're done at the end of March. You go over to Lake Porter, they'll play through May. See, it's not, I don't even think it's the fact that they got started later. It's just that they want to play later. You know, so I mean, you have these things, and then you also have a thing. If you got to be real careful to who you ask to play, because you do have open teams, you do have tournament teams. There's a Maryville All-Star team. These young people played them last year. Very, very good team. Valpo team's a very, very good team.
Now, Ed, in terms of sponsorship, how you guys afford to carry out the
Sponsorship is hit and miss. You know, you try to approach somebody and you hope for the best. I mean, you know, I'm not going to lie to you.
That's good. I want you to be honest.
Basically, what we ended up doing was with our 13 boys is we had our parents come in and we sat down and we came up with a figure for uniforms and stuff like that. And the parents are real good about, you know, purchasing uniforms, paying for their initiation as far as for their insurance and stuff like that. So that helped us out a whole lot. Now we're in the process of we've got to come up with money to pay referees when we host teams. So
So how do we, if someone's interested in sponsoring and
and
helping
if
you
somebody's
guys out,
interested in sponsoring us, they can call Greg Mooneyham or call myself or Tim Negus. My phone number is 879-0204.
Steve Mooneyham's telephone number is 874-7352.
And we have another coach's number there you can get a
I
hold
don't
of.
have, you got Tim Niggis's number?
and they're really serious because they're giving up your
Yeah,
home number.
because exactly. I mean, that's, well, there's nothing to be ashamed of as far as this. Tim Negus is 879-1832, and everything's for the kids. I mean, this isn't for Steve or I. It's all for these boys.
Yeah, everything,
And,
almost.
and that's the way it is. I mean, that's the way we both look at it. And that's how you do it. You just hope that somebody's going to be nice enough to say, hey, here's 25. And, you know, 25 pays one ref when you need 2 a game. And that's that much less that you have to worry about. You know, you don't have to worry about it.
Matt, you guys played us. Have you played someone else?
Yeah, we played Westchester our first game a couple Sundays back, and we blew them out.
Blew them out.
Yeah.
Was it 45 we beat
Yeah,
them?
77.
So how'd you feel about the game at the Boys and Girls Club?
That was a rough game.
Tougher game, but
Yeah, it was a lot tougher.
You enjoyed the competition?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna pull
We're
that
gonna
off?
beat you guys.
Well, we're going to come right back. We got some more players I want to introduce you to, but we got to pay the bills, folks, so please stay tuned to Hear Sports Weekly and check out our sponsors.